Hello everybody and welcome to Eggshed. Today we are taking a look at the patch notes and some news for Sea of Thieves. This is going to be a video that comes out every Sunday, so if you'd like to hit the subscribe button and the notification, then you'll be able to stay up to date with these videos as they come out each week. So starting off with the actual updates that have come out in 1.0.2, they have increased the ship's respawn distance. And they've done this to try and prevent griefing and for the stalemates that people were finding in the forts. So I think it's definitely a good idea, because I've been locked in never-ending battles with people at forts where you can get there far faster than they can do anything there. And there is almost, I wouldn't call it griefing, but I'd definitely say that there's a lot of stalemates that come from this. I have also had situations where you're perpetually being hunted down by other players, or even if you're not deliberately intending to do it, if you're out being a proper pirate and taking over other people's ships, you do tend to find yourself running into the same people over and over again, which I imagine is very frustrating for them. It's certainly been very frustrating for me. So I think that the ship respawn distance is a big improvement in terms of the gameplay. It's probably going to make it feel a lot safer a place to start off your pirate adventures. The next update that they've got is the Mermaid Teleport, and this is quite a small change they seem to have made, and it's just to tell you you've got to drop your loot before you can use the Mermaid to teleport back to your ship. That's expected. It's how it was always intended to function. They've just changed it so that you're going to be able to actually see that. It's quite a small change, but yeah, definitely an improvement and a bug fix. So then they've got a few fixed issues now. Some of these are for PC only, so they fixed the loading experience issue. I certainly had this when I was trying to initially install the game, and I had to go in and clear some temporary data, etc. But hopefully now people shouldn't be getting stuck at 99%, which is definitely the worst point in an installation to get stuck. They've also fixed being able to fall through your ship if you jumped on chests and barrels. They have fixed the voyage image on the captain's table. They have fixed the going unresponsive error in the matchmaking, and they have also prevented bounty captains from spawning multiple times. That's a bit disappointing, because you were definitely able to get a lot of extra skulls as a result of that. But if it wasn't meant to work that way, fair play. You can't knock them for actually getting things fixed, which is always good to see. They've said as well that they've made some performance issues to their servers. Time will tell whether or not that is particularly true. It kind of sounds like boilerplate stuff, multiplayer and client crash fixes. They've definitely made some improvements behind the scene. I've been dropping a lot less frequently, so I think that that's going to be a overall improvement, definitely. But I'm doubtful as to whether or not they have fully fixed everything, and that's probably not what they're stating there anyway. In fact, they do say underneath it that further optimization and improvements on the platform's ongoing. So expect a few more DCs before things become really stable. Now, they have stated a few things that they're currently working on in terms of known issues, and these are the pirate details changing after your initial selection. For most of you, you're either familiar with that, or you probably deleted your character and remade them. I'm expecting once they fix this, it's probably going to result in your characters being corrected. Fingers crossed that is the case, and it's not going to be only for new players that the resolution takes place. They've also stated that a few people are struggling with achievements, where if you've earned them prior to March the 29th, they're going to be delayed, but they have said you will be awarded them once the fix is applied. Thankfully, I haven't been suffering with this one, so if you have, I feel sorry for you, but hopefully a fix for that should be on its way shortly. There are some players who can't equip their second weapon. That's being worked on again. Some players haven't received their black dog packs. If that's you, they're recommending you put a support ticket on the Microsoft Store page if you got it from there, and if you got it from another retailer, please contact them, and then you'll be able to get your code to actually receive your Black Dog pack. Some players cannot see downloadable content in the game. They've got a support article. I will leave a link to that in the description. bounties, voyages occasionally do not spawn skeleton captains or skeleton waves. I've definitely had that a few times. That's very frustrating if you've perhaps only got one to do, so you haven't even got anything else to do, and you usually end up having to cancel your voyage, losing a bit of gold. I'll be glad to see that fixed, but that's something they know about and are working on. So in terms of news, some of this may be old news to you by now, but as this is the first video I'm putting out, which is going to be news and patch notes, I'm going to just go through it anyway. So the first piece of, I suppose, important news really is the death tax and the fact that that is being scrapped, and they're definitely not going to be putting that into the game. So this, for any of you that aren't aware, was the idea that they were going to, in effect, take some of your money each time you die. They pretty much straight away decided that they weren't going to do that in PvP because that's just going to encourage griefing. But it looks like they're also going to not be doing that for any other PvE environments because, well, quite frankly, it's a pain in the ass. And when you've got so many ways you can lose potential gold by being pirated or having your ship sunk, etc., it does feel very unfair to then be penalising people for dying. I think that anything that reduces your gold is a bad idea in this game. I think that it should be avoided. So I'm pretty glad to see this, and I think most of you will be as well. The next big thing that they're planning to do, and this is one, again, which I think is going to really improve the game, is the fact that you're going to be able to do private ships. So people won't be able to just join as randomers if you've got a private ship. This, I think, is going to really help the problem with insta-brigging, which is something that some of you may have run into. I tend to bounce around a few games anyway, as opposed to get locked into any one game. And this is a situation where a lot of people are instantly throwing people in the brig just for joining their game, because they want to keep that slot open for other people in their parties. Now, that doesn't make much sense to me, because I think I would probably just kick them, but I haven't actually kicked anybody from a game, so I don't know if maybe you have to put them in a brig first. But I can't necessarily see this fixing the issue, because I can definitely see some people just putting people in the brig because they like it. And I think probably if I was to be trying to fix this, I would put in a long cooldown time between when you can put somebody in a brig, or maybe you can't put somebody in a brig within the first 5 minutes of them joining a session, something like that, as opposed to trying to encourage more gameplay or encourage more social play. I think that encouraging more social play is a great thing, and they've also said that they're going to be doing some work to make sure that you're matched up with people who communicate more. So, for instance, you're going to have the option to search for ships based on whether or not people are using their mics and whether or not they speak the same language as you. I think that's going to be fantastic, because that will definitely improve communication for those of us who do actually use our mics. There's nothing worse than being on a ship where nobody is talking or communicating. I've certainly said in my tips to make gold how important communication is and how important it is to find the right crew. So that is going to be a big improvement, and I think that that's probably, or putting in better systems to find a party that wants to work with other people, is going to do more to improve the issues with insta-brigging than simply changing it so that you've got private ships. I think that that's a bit of a band-aid fix, and I don't think it's going to resolve the issue. But time will tell, and we will probably find out soon enough, because I don't think it'll take them a huge amount of time to implement that. That is all of the news, or that is all of the important news I have got for you right now. I'm conscious not to let this video run on for ages, so hopefully you will check back again next week. Do like and subscribe, hit the notification button, and I will see you soon.